1.
Are you ready?
Nerd Sauce Entertainment presents
The Nerd Pod.
And we're live on the Nerd Pod. We got something special today. The review into Spider-Man and the
Across the multiverse, man.
We came fresh from watching it.
Fresh.
shared their experience
Right out the oven.
holding hands.
So we just watched the movie in IMAX.
And starting off, I would like to say, beautiful animation.
Yeah. Complete. So emotional response,
Yeah.
right? My emotional reaction to this movie. This is hands down the best animated film ever made. I don't care what anyone says right now.
Yeah.
This is by far the
DC
most.
was one for me because of
I mean, definitely the
but
best
this
superhero animated
best-
film of all time.
No, but just think about
Just
it.
animation,
too.
just
Just
animation.
animation.
the crazy CGI in it is that everything had a not only color but it had a movement to
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Like the
Each
colors
universe
move.
had its own art form, basically.
Exactly.
Gwen, I love Gwen's world. It's like a watercolor type world.
But it's like it pops out. Your
Yeah,
typical anime, show.
Yeah.
It's a solid color or a blended color.
Yeah.
There's
And
no movement.
And the fact that they still managed to make it look like we were reading a comic
Yeah.
the entire time. The entire length of the film is how I experience reading any type of
Yeah.
graphic novel, comic book, manga.
especially Miles'
in my head.
world.
And that's the thing too with
a
the
lot more comic book art.
Yeah.
in
with
Miles'
comics and graphic novels. What is the main focus on there? The art.
The art.
And they nailed it 100% in this movie.
Yeah.
100%.
Holy shit. Yeah, that movie was beautiful. Beautiful. It was visually beautiful. Animation, I've always been a fan of animation.
Yeah.
I've said it multiple times, I think, at this point on this podcast. But this just took it to another level that I have never experienced before. I've never actually have wanted to see a movie in 3D till I watched this because we watched it in IMAX,
Pretty much.
and
And
it
3D,
was
that's
beautiful. But
sticking
then
out.
I also had the thought process, like during the chase scene,
Oh, yeah.
where I was just kind of thinking, like,
Yo,
holy
everything
crap.
is coming at you, too.
Yeah, I was like,
Especially
holy
the
crap,
T-Rex.
this would be an amazing 3D movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God! And
What particular like animated scenes like stick out to you? Like either
Oh,
of you?
man.
For me, it's basically the prologue of the movie when
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy's fighting the Renaissance vulture.
oh, that was
And-
beautiful.
And
That was a good
I
one.
think that was the scene right after the Spider-Man 2099 comes. The other Spider-Woman.
That was a good entrance, though, for him.
Yeah. When the helicopter's falling and
Oh,
they
yeah.
all like work together to stop it.
Oh, yeah.
When I think it's right before. It's like a scene between Gwen Stacy and her father.
Yeah.
It's like going to Gwen as she's like realizing what she has to do.
Yeah.
That scene was amazing. That was an amazing animated scene right there for me.
Man, it is. And what a way, huh? What a way to tell a multiverse story 1,000
Yeah.
times better.
Yeah. In so many ways.
That what we've been getting with Marvel. Mind you, we just spoke. What was Guardians, right?
Yeah. Last one.
Guardians was fantastic, great movie. But then you think about what Marvel's trying to do in their cinematic universe with
The multiverse still hasn't completely captured me yet.
Yeah.
This is
did.
this is a better multiverse movie than
And
Multiverse of Madness.
And let's be honest. They brought in. I mean, I feel like this movie made it canon. Like this world is part of the same multiverse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because they showed Andrew
Andrew Garfield,
Garfield,
yeah.
Tobey Maguire's
Yeah.
Spider-Man. So
It was just crazy that they implemented the live action
Yeah. I
in
think the
this
most-
animated
yeah.
film.
when introducing Spider-Man, I think the most important one we have to talk about is the Lego Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Lego
That's the most-
Spider-Man,
Oh, yeah.
hands
But
down.
He
But
went to the
that was-
bathroom, right? He
That was
went
a
to the
great
bathroom
scene.
and
That
he's
was a
like,
great scene.
Oh.
You're the best of us.
Thanks, man. You're the best of us. I will say
that was
too
a good
because the introduction of Spider-Man 2099. That's just what I'm.
Oh,
Miguel,
I know.
right? Was it one of my favorite stories? And
But they brought a darker version,
Yeah.
like hardcore.
and I just seeing that character for the very first
Because
time.
there's a 2099 Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So we saw a darker version of.
Yeah.
of
Seeing this guy for the first time on screen was just fantastic.
Yeah, that was
for
really
me.
the name threw me off because I remember Peter Parker as the last 2099, and I didn't realize there's different versions of them.
Yeah. The one I remember, I never read the comics, but I would always see like the comic covers growing up. The one I knew was a 2099, but it's Peter Parker.
Yeah,
But this one I like his outfit because they're different outfits.
Yeah.
they are.
So he had those blades out of his arm.
So what? So is he exactly? What is he? A vampire? What's going on there?
He's injecting himself.
He's almost like Blade. No,
Yeah, do
I
you know
don't
the lore behind that? I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
do.
what I'm
I'm
asking.
like, I.
We're
do
gonna have
not
to
remember.
search that
Yeah,
up.
well,
to
I'm pretty
see.
sure that they might get into it in, especially how this movie
Like
to
a
be continued.
yeah.
I hope they have like a good flashback of his life in the sequel. That would be pretty cool.
That
to
would
see.
be pretty cool.
I like how they blended all the flashbacks with the fighting scenes and all that. Because
Yeah.
when you go in flashback, sometimes you take a little bit of
Yeah.
time. So they
You
were
know-
going in and out, which was fine because you keep learning the back end.
and it was a legitimate slow burn. It was a slow burn of a film where I was expecting almost kind of immediate action, but there was a lot of world building and storytelling
Yeah.
before
But it was-
that legitimate plot
Yeah.
actually started taking
Yeah.
off.
It took its time, which I liked. My favorite part of the movie, I would have to say, is when Miles is getting introduced to the other Spider-Man.
Spider- yeah.
I think
That introduction
I
was
think that's
epic.
that whole middle
I don't
part
think
of the movie was
anything.
amazing.
Yeah, that movie.
Just like
that's
learning
the main
about the multiverse,
season
yeah.
that you can touch on that's still. Yeah, because we're like, how many Spider-Mans are going to be in this movie?
Yeah.
Man,
Shoot.
countless.
I mean,
countless.
I would like to
That's-
rewatch that scene again, just
Yeah.
to pause it like, every
And to
so
see-
often to see all the different Spider-Man in the
Yeah.
background. Because they showed so many that you couldn't see all of them.
I caught quite a few of those that I knew from the comics.
This movie, what like I mentioned on the way back, it's one of the very, 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 very few pieces of media that I've watched, and I actually think, you know what, I want to buy this on DVD. I want to buy a physical copy of this.
I would like if it's gonna be like a trilogy, like a set. You know,
That would be pretty
movies,
cool.
limited
Yeah.
edition.
That would
I
be
like
cool.
stuff like that. Collector's
Um,
edition.
But this is something definitely I would love to buy. Like, my goodness, I'm still very.
How do you guys feel about the ending? Were you expecting that?
Dude, I was not expecting anything. I was like, honestly, when I was looking at the time, I'm like, oh, man,
It's getting long, yeah,
6:30. I'm like, yo, this has so much story to keep
Yeah.
going on because they brought in the
last scene when
other
You could
universe.
correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I read, I believe this is the longest animated movie ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it's like what, an hour and 20 minutes.
If that, that's
If that.
short. Yeah, we're thinking about.
Do you know the exact time? How long?
It was 2 hours.
It
like
was at
30
least over
something.
2
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was.
And they got to make another part to it.
Yeah. They have
So
to,
I
yeah.
saw that where Marvel announced that the next film is coming out a year from today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna get it very, very soon. Which I applaud you massively. I don't know if I should thank Marvel, if I should thank Sony. I don't know who I should thank, but I'm glad that they're doing it because this is a good story. The animation's beautiful. If this is what you're putting out, I cannot wait for the next film.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for the next film because when we got here, we thought, hey, when did the first one come out?
2018.
It's crazy
I was
it's
so
been that
surprised
long.
when I saw that.
2018.
Yeah.
Like I mean, at this point, that's like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where in media,
What's that, 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
5 years. So it was pretty crazy. Where like I even was thinking when we were talked about watching this movie together, I even thought where I'm like, man, I should rewatch the first one.
Yeah.
I kind of
I didn't got.
it was
I didn't
kind of
get to,
blurry.
but- yeah.
It was kind of blurry
Yeah.
to me, you know. But no, this is
What I remember from the first one is mostly, obviously, he was younger. He's learning all these abilities. You know, he grew a lot.
Yeah.
he did.
Man,
Yeah.
he's tall now.
He's taller.
I
He's
thought he
more,
was a bit older because in this movie he's 15.
15.
So in the first
I
movie
thought he was 15
14.
in
yeah, I actually thought in this one he was 16, 17
Yeah.
when I first saw him.
Yeah, 15. I'm like,
Yeah, because
wow.
he said I've had the power for a year and a half. I think he says something like that. So he would have been 14 in the first one.
Yeah,
It's not even a Peter thing. It's a Spider-Man thing because
Yeah.
they all kind of remember the exact time they
Yep.
got their powers. Yeah.
No, that threw me off. The fact that when they talk about the other universe, Spider coming to this universe
Yeah.
and causes Peter Parker to die because
Yeah.
he doesn't get the Spider-Man powers. That
You see,
Miles,
and
it's
That was a great.
crazy.
That was a great
This is-
scene too. Like you just reminded me with
Oh my goodness.
he's in the wrong universe.
Yeah,
That was
Oh.
a good scene. Yeah.
And then it makes you realize almost too why Spider-Bite let him go.
yeah.
right? Because there's that moment that they're both looking at each other. And she's like, you know, she could shut it down, but she doesn't. So
And
then,
I thought she was doing good, but she probably knew where he was going.
yeah, she's like, he's not going to the right spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though then when
Well, I think
Gwen,
it kind of protected him because 2099 was ready in his universe looking for
everyone
him.
was,
Yeah,
he's
so,
the only one in that one.
So I guess she probably did it to save him, so he, you know.
I don't know. It's kind of weird too because I'm not 100% sure because then there's that moment where okay, we think like, oh, she's with him, but then I started thinking, oh no, that's why she let him go.
Yeah.
It's the wrong universe. But then near the end of the movie, when Spider-Gwen is
captured.
like, hey, I'm putting this team together, we're gonna save you. Spider-Bite's there, and that group of spider people that is gonna be like this is almost like literally like the Civil War of the Spider people.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You got a group that are with 2099 Spider-Man and the group that's with Gwen.
The original, I believe it's the original from the first movie.
Yeah.
Got Spider-Pig, got
Spider-Man
it's
Noir.
Spider-Man Noir.
My favorite.
Nicolas Cage.
Man, who's
No
Nicolas
lines,
Cage,
no
man?
lines in this movie,
No
though. No
lines.
lines.
The girl in the mech.
Oh yeah, the mech is
Yes.
Amy.
Amy, okay.
Yeah. No, man, it was great.
That
The way it
ending took me
ended,
by surprise.
the way it ended too, it was very. I mean, definition
Yeah.
of a cliffhanger, but it was
For
very
sure.
much like
I was like,
flip the table. I want more, and I need it now.
Yes.
more.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Spot?
Spot-
It's
what a
fun.
What a fantastic.
I was like, he's like, he turned into the Spider-Man, Dr. Manhattan. At that
what
point.
a fantastic villain.
It's crazy because he came in like trying to rob a store for the ATM.
That was the
I
best.
was not
Not
expecting
really.
that origin story.
his crazy. Well, the origin story, but just the fact what he can
His
do.
first crime.
He didn't realize he can tap into the multiverse.
What? Listen, Spot. I don't know who the writers are for this.
Is
But-
do you guys know if Spot is the comic book like
I
character?
don't know.
Like,
I
he's
don't
like
know.
a
I don't know.
original
That is
character.
something
I
to
don't know
look
the
up.
origin. But just the fact that he was like he's some powerful.
Yeah.
If he knew about his own powers like he does now,
So
like,
like,
what?
again, I don't know who the team was that did this, but my goodness, get them into the Marvel Cinematic
Yeah.
Universe.
Yeah.
My goodness, these people got a character that
Make-
we had
make
no
the
idea
paychecks,
about,
man.
of the villain that we didn't know about.
Oh, yeah.
Gave him an origin story, gave him full circle, and
Good,
he's
and
like
good balance of
comedy.
of creating a good villain and also balancing the comedy aspect with him.
Imagine if Marvel did their animated shows like with the Spider-Man with Sony.
Oh man,
It would be a different world
Yeah.
because I watch
Yeah.
a lot of the animated and it just seems like a kid cartoon
yeah.
with these cool characters.
Marvel animations has always been more for children compared to like DC animation.
DC for
But
sure.
it's just so
Yeah.
much people would they would jump on that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would
Yeah,
just to
of
see
course.
that type of animation
Yeah.
like they
I'm
did
a
with
sucker.
with Spider-Man and Sony. You know that's perfect.
I'm a sucker for animation,
Yeah.
and like again, this studio, this
did
team.
great.
I don't know who it was. The writers, the voice actors did
Marvel
great.
needs to send them checks to Sony to get those guys to
They
collaborate
need
with
to,
them.
yeah, they need to do something because
If they're
my
not collaborating
God,
already, they need to.
like I mentioned
Marvel,
earlier,
it's funny. Marvel and Sony work the best working together.
yeah,
Because look at the solo Sony movies. You got
Morbius.
Morbius.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't
They need
work.
to collaborate.
You got the
The
Venom, the two
Venom-
Venom
it should've
movies.
It shouldn't just be about business for them. It's more because there's two studios that can work together to do better
But the
live
crappy
action.
part is that as much as we would like it to not be, it's obviously all about money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Well, they
still-
they're
Yeah.
lucky Sony didn't sell Spider-Man back to Marvel because they knew what they had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what Stanley's original character was
Is it?
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
with him
he
and
created.
Kirby, I think. So. I can't remember the other people that.
Well, you see how Sony's like, man, this is a money man. We
Yeah.
ain't selling you back
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
They were like,
it's just
to be
that
continued.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's-
Spider-Man is one of the most relatable characters.
Yeah, he's-
in
it's a lot
in
of people's
superhero.
yeah.
You know,
And
this-
villains. The Sinister
Yeah.
Six,
You know
man.
what I mean?
You know
Like,
what I was
Sinister
actually
Six.
expecting? I just remember right now. When he actually enters the Spider verse world HQ, I was expecting to see Madam Web.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
Because she's one of like the OGs,
Yeah, I was
man.
like almost
Yeah.
there might have been I mean, the animation was so hard to everything. So
Yeah.
much
There's
going on
still
the screen.
a lot that
there might have been an Easter egg around her.
I
When they-
listen. This is a movie like that. I have to see again because I can't imagine the plethora of Easter eggs
Yeah.
that are in this movie. You know what I mean? I love, like, for example, the scene where Miles is like on his way, like, battling Spot, but he has to go to his like guidance counselor.
Oh, yeah, the meeting with
and then
parents.
he like goes in through his dorm. And his friend is there playing
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man,
on like the video game,
Yeah.
you know, and
That was I think the first Easter egg I
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
And then what do you think about the Pokemon cards?
Yeah.
In the show or the movie.
oh, I thought they were Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
No, they look more like Pokemon.
They look like Yu-Gi-Oh
I
cards
wasn't
to
sure.
me.
He told me. in the
I
video,
saw
he
the
was
back.
He was like,
the back
Pokemon.
had
Yeah?
a round with a red and white ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay.
It was later on when I caught the back of it
Yeah.
because you keep seeing the cards pop up
Yeah,
throughout
yeah.
the movie.
Man, fantastic film, and like we mentioned earlier, where it was just kind of like they did this in one movie.
I know.
Explained the multiverse way better than someone that's been trying to do it for
Yeah.
a few years at this point.
And also make it an emotional journey for two characters.
Yeah.
Miles
Yeah, it was,
and Gwen.
dude, that got me teary,
Yeah,
man. I was
yeah.
like,
Those
yo,
are really
wait,
good
I will say I
yeah.
wasn't expecting so much character development from Gwen.
Yeah.
I think she had more screen time.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was going into this movie thinking I'm excited to see Miles Morales.
But you know, it's-
and before
Yeah, the prologue of the movie was amazing.
and before anything, I mean, even within the Miles story, I was just still interested in Gwen's character arc. You know what I
Well,
mean?
she's a big in the original story comics. She's a big character, and I like that they went with Gwen instead of as another like
Mary
Spider
Jane,
Woman
maybe?
or whatnot. But no, just
in the comics, who is Spider Woman? The original Spider Woman.
I'm not sure.
Is it like?
but Gwen, like
Gwen
Spider Gwen, is like a
she's
own
the
thing.
same-
yeah, I know Spider Gwen's
But
the own
Spider
thing.
Gwen comes like literally right behind Peter Parker Spider Man. So I'm glad they went with her background because in the first movie you don't hear much about her. You just see the little scene while her hair's short and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But this they went into depth.
She got a complete arc, man. I
Yeah.
mean, she reconciled with her father. It's great. It's fantastic.
that father's ready to cuff her though, man.
You have the right to remain. When I saw that, I was like,
whoa.
Man, yeah. Beautiful. God, it was just gorgeous.
those emotional scenes with Gwen with their father were amazing. 'cause
Oh, yeah.
Since her world is very watercolor esque. Whenever they show like different
I felt
emotions,
it more.
the background changed a lot more, like to abstract backgrounds
Yeah.
compared to Miles's world.
There was these moments where her dad, when they'd be talking, then the camera would go to Gwen, she talks, and then when
Then
they go back to her dad, the
he's
art
done.
would
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
And you would see like it was like there's scenes of like just like melancholy. There was
Yeah.
other scenes of like him is just very sullen.
Yeah. The scene
mad.
right before Gwen gets the
Oh,
not the
time
watch, but
traveler
like the time
watch?
travel like band or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
From I think it was called Spider Punk.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she gives him like a watch
Yeah,
looking
she gets
one.
it at the end, but the scene
Yeah.
right before she gets it, the
Oh,
animation
yeah.
of between her and her father, the
Yes.
backgrounds were amazing. They were completely abstract
Yeah.
when they were like talking.
And
Yeah.
then you see him. You would think he would have been jumping, going crazy,
Yeah.
but because Spider Punk he probably filled him in and on
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
that's
backstory.
very true. I didn't think about that.
Yep, because you saw he didn't go crazy. Oh, where you been?
Spider Punk is the original punk. He's an
Yeah.
anti-fascist.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
love
saw
that his
that, right?
character
It
was
was
Kind of like
awesome.
I don't want a part of this.
Yeah.
And he left. Shout out
I don't believe
to
in labels.
It's
I'm gonna butcher his name, but I think it's a Daniel Kaluga
Yeah, from Get Out.
from Get
And
Out.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
Black Mirror was the first time
Yeah,
I ever
Black
saw
Mirror.
him. My God, I love the fact that he was able to finally not have to use an accent. He could just be himself.
yeah. It's
The
good because
Cockney
it's,
accent
I'm
on
sure
Spider-Punk.
for people it's hard to develop that accent and keep it through a whole movie, show, or whatnot. So
Yeah.
he did good.
He was fantastic,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, just that the acting was great. The voice acting was fantastic. And I cannot wait for the next one. I cannot wait for the next one.
Favorite Spider-Man.
Favorite
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Noir.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man
you're a
Noir.
Nicolas Cage fan over here. Nicolas Cage.
Shit. You know, I think I'm going to go with... fuck, I always do
You're gonna
this.
be biased.
No, it's-
29.9.
Ah, damn.
29.9.
2099.
20 is really cool too.
I
Yeah.
remember the
It's
first...
a
You
close
were there
second
the
for me.
first time I
Yeah,
picked
when-
up this
You were there
2099 issue 1.
It's glossy, right? It's
Yeah,
like
it's a
yeah.
holographic like
Yeah.
type foil front. I've always been a fan of it, so it just felt so cool seeing it on.
no, it's nice.
On
and
the
I think
big
you
screen.
got a good deal on that comic too, man.
I did. I got it raw,
Yeah, because you found it in the box.
I found it in the
Research
box,
and just
yeah.
looking through that.
Yeah.
So that was a good pickup for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any. I have some 2099 Funko, but I don't know if I have any comics.
No,
of
I
2099.
definitely don't.
Yeah, 2099. I mean, it's cool seeing a character.
But we're talking about the character in like the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
I like
really good Spider-Man 2099 version.
I like the arc that they have for him so far. I'm
that
excited.
that version of 2099.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens in the next film.
Mine's Spider-Gwen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spider
I'm going
Gwen.
with Gwen.
Yeah, Spider Gwen was
I
so
like
good.
Her
her
design is.
moves.
I really like her Spider-Woman outfit.
Yeah,
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
The colors
Like
were
the hood
good
was really
with
cool.
the transition,
Yeah.
with the different colors.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
but the fact of I like she did really
Yeah.
good with her moves and
Yeah.
fighting and
Yeah,
you
the
know
fight choreography in
was
this film is
freaking
beautiful.
awesome, man. It was amazing. So I'll go with
You know who
Spider-Gwen.
was cool too that I thought was the Indian Spider-Man.
Oh, he was awesome.
that was so cool.
His character.
The Indian, when Miles is walking through like the hallways.
No, after this.
No. Where they're like in the city where they're
With his hair, he was just coconut oil.
I can't remember his
Coconut
name.
oil. He's like,
Yeah,
coconut oil and genetics.
Genetics. I don't need to work out.
Yeah. Yo, I want to look natural.
he didn't want to look too buffy. That's what,
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I don't want to look too buff.
Oh, no, his
Yeah.
character was, but his fight during that scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Better than all of them because he was using that little tool and he was just,
I
he was
like-
doing good with that.
Every new Spider-Man variation that was introduced,
Scarlet Spider was funny, man. With
was
his
so-
muscles.
was so well
forgot
thought.
what-
I'm so muscly defined.
Oh yeah.
When he was
my
like,
muscly defined
like-
arm is choking.
Yeah.
like he like narrated
Yeah.
himself. I'm in the alleyway now.
the walls look normal. That looks weird. What was it? Yeah. That was so. And then he gets beaten like in a second by
Bro.
Gwen.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm like,
goodness.
I was actually
Perfect pose.
I was actually kind of disappointed.
Perfect.
With that. I was actually kind of disappointed with that. I'm like, I actually wanted to watch him fight.
No, but I feel like that's the
But it
funny
makes
part
it- it
about
makes
him.
it
Yeah.
funny.
But then
because-
2099 called him to come with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, he must be very
One
important.
of the best.
Yeah.
I think no. I just think he's a yes man. If I would be completely honest.
Yes, man. What's his name? Was it started with a B? The character that plays in the comics and the one that's in the movie.
Oh my
starts
God.
with a B. I know that.
Some. Yeah, I don't
Was it
know.
Bryce?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's way too many characters.
I
thought
saw,
it was, Spider Cat. That was a funny
Spider-Cat.
one. It just clawed everyone's face.
What was the what was the other one?
Spider T Rex.
The T-Rex was funny, man. He had a full mask on and everything.
Yeah, bro. And then like when he shot his web, it said T Wit.
That was a good one. That was a good scene. But you see, Fantastic Four Spider-Man with the paper bag over his head.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
That was like a quick glimpse there.
I'm telling you, a lot of Easter eggs. Easter eggs. Like this is a movie that like I have to go
Yeah,
back.
you have to rewatch. Yeah.
And it was insane because they introduced all these multiverses, and then they introduced like Renaissance Vulture,
Yeah.
and I'm like so curious because I'm like,
what's going
I wanna
on
see
with this Vulture?
I want to see that world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh,
But man, you see that cannon combining his mouth. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
it was a
Pretty
very
strong Vulture.
That's what I'm saying from that time period.
Yeah, when they were fighting, I'm like,
The
man,
tech?
this guy's pretty OP Vulture. It's like taking
Yeah.
like 5 Spider-Men to take him down.
Yeah.
But this
Or
is like
4.
back in that time frame. They didn't have this technology. So
I
where you
know.
got this technology from to
Yeah.
create that?
He's hanging out with Leonardo da Vinci.
Yo,
I wonder,
for
I wonder
real.
who Leonardo da Vinci
No,
is in
that is
universe.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yo.
Imagine that's what I thought at first. Too. I'm like,
Michelangelo.
bro, this is Leonardo da Vinci, man.
It was kind of cool that like Gwen didn't get freaked out. She already knew he was from a different.
Yeah, she
you
already
know.
experienced it.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the first
those
movie.
two. Oh my God, Childish Gambino's
Oh, yeah.
like return as Prowler.
Yeah.
That was crazy to not make something look so cheesy with a live action character in an
with
animated
Yeah.
film.
It looked good. It looked
I'm
good.
like, they
That's hard
did
to pull
good
off.
to blend it.
live action. Childish Gambino, Donald Glover
And he's,
talking
like,
to
real
Miles,
there.
like animated Miles Morales.
Because we have like for live action mixed with animation, we have what Space Jam.
Yeah.
yeah,
But, but you see, like, they played the little clips of Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
But with Gambino there, he's there. He's filming, like, he's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the movie,
good, yeah.
not a clip of
no,
him.
it's great, man.
It's crazy.
I mean, they did the same thing. Like, think about it too. Remember we briefly went into the Lego world.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then there was that moment where
It went back to
Lego Spider-Man goes like this,
Yep.
and a full hologram pops out, and that didn't look out of place
Yeah.
either. It all looked very
And
symmetrical.
he's a big character to have one of those, so
Yeah.
they just
one
don't
of
hand
the
them out
best.
like
He's one of the
hotcakes,
best.
man.
I'm telling you. This animation team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, man. I'm excited. I can't wait for the conclusion of this because obviously it's a trilogy. The way, and shout out for there not having to be a post-credit scene, a mid-credit scene.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's good to be left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
you know?
like
But
sometimes.
it's had to be continued. I'm so trained from MCU. I'm like, is there an after credits?
Yeah.
I didn't even look it up.
No, you know
Usually
what?
you see it online. Oh, stage.
You know what I like? It ended exactly like a comic book.
Yeah.
You'd finish the last panel, and if it's a big
and a lot
story
of
like
times
this,
they're captured. Someone's captured by somebody, and a team is getting put together.
exactly. And the fact that it just goes comic book panel to be continued, and it ends. Boom.
Yeah.
Guess what? Now you have to wait for a month,
Yeah.
2 months till the next comic
Oh,
issue comes
yeah.
out. This is beautiful. It's great. Nostalgia. Ah,
And
God, it's fantastic.
It's his own thing. It's really
Yeah.
its own. Like
It is.
Miles is really his own Spider-Man. It's really good.
Yeah, because then it's cool because it goes. 2099 tells him you weren't supposed to be it. That was all in a non.
Yo, but he
it
was
wasn't-
going in on
I
him
like
with
how
that.
it
I'm
goes.
like, dang.
You're not canon.
Yeah.
That was a cool thing where
Yeah.
it was like, oh, yeah, that wasn't a canon event.
Yeah.
like you intervened.
I like I like the concepts they're building for their multiverse, like the rules for their multiverse.
Yeah.
Like a canon event was it's really
And then
cool.
the fact that he tells him like, your Peter Parker died because you got bit
Yeah.
by a spider from another time
Yeah.
frame. You know, it's
And the only reason,
Universe 42.
42.
and the only reason everything has been okay is because I've been holding it together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, talk about like 2099 being its own mini version
Yeah.
of the TVA.
He's almost I was
sure.
gonna say
Yeah.
compare Spider-Man
Well, he's
2099
like
versus
what's
versus
the guy
Kang.
that
Like
Kang?
Kang.
He's like
yeah.
King. He's a
This
king.
is a multiversal villain, and he's so much better than Kang
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an
Holy
anti-hero.
crap.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2099 greater than Kang. Man.
Yeah.
Like you heard it now. It's so true.
They've done
It's
more
And the
True.
way he's
Better.
up there, just
Yeah.
like watching everything, and just tells
Yeah.
you like he got so much.
And you can see that it's weighing on him.
Well, because he tried to
He jumped-
replace
he-
his.
he jumped the
Bro,
universes.
now that you say that,
broke
his
the
arc
rules.
is
He's Rick.
literally Kang.
He's Rick.
Yeah.
He is Rick.
He jumped universes.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
realized that.
I thought I could replace
yeah.
him and live a normal life.
Yeah.
And then he
saw
lost
that
everything.
You're changing everything now. Now that you're replacing yourself,
Yeah.
everybody started dying. So he pretty much killed the population.
Yeah.
He killed the whole universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was selfish. And that's why he is as animated about stopping Miles.
Because he's like, well, your dad has to be sacrificed for millions. to
Yeah,
live,
this
pretty
is
much.
part of the story. You know, everyone has a loss. That's what it. That's the story of
It's like
Spider
it's like,
of
but
the
did you catch
Spider-Man.
that?
It's essential for like almost the archetype of a Spider-Man character to have an uncle or father or
Well,
someone to die.
exactly.
It's like
Loss.
Batman
Yeah.
getting his parents murdered.
Yeah, he's not going to be Batman without that
That's like
event.
a core event.
I like the fact that it's not Ben doesn't die in every universe.
Yeah.
If you caught that, it's like,
Yeah.
he died in majority of the universes, and you know, but they didn't say that about the captain.
No.
So I think the dad was always meant to die, or you
Yeah.
know, or what? They became
I
captain.
feel like
The
it's-
canon event, it was a captain figure has to die
For-
Yeah.
in order
for
Yeah.
that. It's a canon Spider-Man event.
for people to survive.
Yeah.
But Ben not always died because they would have said that he died in every universe.
Yeah,
but
yeah. It's someone that's just massively important to
It's like a
the-
father figure.
Correct.
A father figure, yeah, parent figure,
Because
yeah.
Miles, Peter and Miles both had their uncle
Yeah.
die, obviously in different ways.
It's wild. It's wild to me.
What did you think when you in the other universe when and you see the uncle? Man, I'm like the uncle's hooking up with the mom.
Oh, at first I thought that's what was.
At first I was like, is that
I was like,
implying?
what?
No, but he's
But
just
no,
taking care of the family
Yeah.
because the dad passed away.
Yeah.
I like
That's
the
the
twist.
twist. Like,
Yeah.
I like the twist of Miles actually being the Prowler.
yeah,
You
but
know what
he's
I mean?
like a cool looking prowler.
Yeah.
And if you heard the television,
As soon as he appeared, I was like, that's
Yeah, so
Miles.
his figure.
Yeah.
That's Miles.
yeah, and it's funny because that means that his uncle knew the entire time. The minute he saw him, he
Yeah.
was just like, "Who is this?
Yeah.
This is not our Miles. Like
Yeah.
something's
The
going
uncle
on here."
is like the
Pretty calm reaction
Yeah.
for like, because I'm pretty sure it's assumed that they haven't had any multiversal communication.
So let me tell you
And-
this.
And just he sees another Miles and is like,
And if you heard the television,
yeah.
when Miles was tied up, it was JJ,
yeah.
and you heard it. We heard what he said, right? The Sinister Six cartel.
Yeah.
So is Miles a part of this?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Do you think Miles Prowler is the villain in this universe,
Of
or he's the
course.
hero.
No,
I think he might
he's
be
a villain.
He might be an anti-hero.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Because remember his uncle, his uncle wasn't necessarily. He's like more of an anti.
What's the guy that supplies Batman with all his stuff?
Something Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucius Fox, yeah.
Lucius Fox.
So I'm thinking that the uncle is like that, supplying with the tech
Yeah.
for his armor.
I
and all.
think-
Do you
I
think
think-
he's gonna stay a villain?
I think he's a full-blown villain. Why? Because in that kind of introduction to Prowler Miles, you hear the TV in the back, and you hear JJ saying, "Oh, the Sinister Six cartel." Like he's pretty
you
much
think he's
reporting
part of
crime.
that?
I think he's a part of it and or the leader of it
Okay.
at
What do
this
you think?
point.
Anti-hero, I think.
I think
You think he's
anti-hero.
I think
Anti-hero?
he might be like a Robin Hood-esque figure. I think.
Yeah, like
The only reason that I would say that he's just more full blown villain, because there was also there was this play within this almost like philosophical thought of like, are you good with it throughout this film, right? So I feel that the Prowler Miles, in his universe, he lost his dad. And his dad is a cop captain
And you think he
saving
became
people.
rogue?
So I think that him seeing his father die, his thought process is like, my father chose to be good. What did that get him? What did that get him? He's dead. No, I'm gonna take what's mine. I'm gonna take what I want, what I deserve.
guys,
That's
he
why
got
I
his
think.
braids
yeah.
going on.
And that's why I
looking
think
clean.
that's why I think he's a full blown villain.
And part or leader of the Sinister Six.
Part or leader of the Sinister
like he
So,
would-
you so you call
cartel.
I'll tell you what I call.
I say anti-hero and outside, independent from Sinister Six.
Okay.
So
But he still does his own thing.
So I think it's gonna pick up. I'm calling it now. I'd be wrong. That he obviously is captured, right? Miles,
Miles is captured, yeah.
he's captured. I believe Prowler is the one that goes against the Sinister Six. Like that's the Spider-Man of that era. Because
Yeah.
remember, there's no real Spider-Man there
Yeah.
because everything's in
Yeah,
flames.
there's no Spider-Man,
But he's the
yeah.
anti-hero. But the other people looking for Miles, I think they deal with that situation because he's probably trying to fight the Sinister 6 And obviously 1 against 6.
yeah.
They got the other team coming in trying to save Miles, and they all
There's a
work
lot of
together
conflicts going
to
on.
Yeah.
go.
There's a
and
lot of
fight
conflict.
them
What-
before they go back to their.
What was the last scene? I'm trying to remember right now. What was the last scene with Spot?
Spot coming into Miles's original universe.
Yeah, like going there, right?
No,
Yeah,
he
like,
arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, he arrives and you see all the different colors. He's all black, and that's it.
Yeah,
I
there's
know
a
it.
lot.
There's a lot of
A
conflicts.
lot of things go through in the next movie.
So I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't think that area is gonna be a short area. I think they're gonna touch base on that. So I'm thinking his team, Gwen, all of them are gonna arrive there, and they all work together. And I'm calling it Prowler working with them to defeat the Sinister Six before they head back to
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
original reality. I don't know what world that is.
Well, we got to remember too.
Which one? The-
Everyone.
what
the-
Miles is in. His,
1610?
like his main world.
No.
What was that?
Miles's main world is like 16 something.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's
He's stuck right now in
42,
42.
where the spider came from.
Yeah, where the
Yeah.
spider came from. Yeah.
So the funny thing here is that everyone else is in Miles's original
Yeah.
universe.
Yep.
Only
Miles is the only one.
only Gwen knows he's in the wrong at this moment.
Well, actually, no. Gwen's going to get Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, she grabbed the team.
Yeah.
She got Nor, Spider Pig,
Yeah, to go to-
Amy.
So I
all
think
of
what's
them.
going to happen is there's going to be an epic battle of Miles versus Prowler Miles, and then the rest of the Spider team fighting the Sinister Six cartel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good
Because I think Miles is the leader. Because
So they would have to do that.
Miles is like
there was a
une-
lot of villains for a movie because they would have to do that.
Yeah.
Then
many
Spider-Man 2099, and they
Yeah.
have to finish it up with Spot.
I mean, man, they did it here.
No, yeah, I'm saying.
know what I
they-
mean? Like,
they-
think
the
about how
movie's
many
call.
villains we have.
They covered a
movie's
lot
paced
for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
For all the things that happen in the movie is well paced.
And it's funny because, like I mentioned earlier in the show, I was like, you know what, this was a slow burn, but there's a reason why it's a slow burn, and it's a very convoluted plot. I feel it gets tripped up a few times, but in a nutshell, I think they pulled it off. They were great in what they did. That was extremely successful.
What
The
do
way
you think? What do you like? Like one, just to make it simple. Like one, they kind of tripped on.
I will say I feel like maybe the prologue was a bit It's a
With
bit
the
long.
Gwen?
Not with
Yeah, they
Gwen.
could have cut it off a couple seconds.
They
They
were
make the
just-
fight between Vulture shorter or less what?
I would say just less time on
Yeah,
like.
they spent a lot of time with that fight. It
That
could have
fight
been
was-
condensed a little bit, just a little bit before Spider-Man 2099 comes in.
And made
I also-
it made Miles versus 2099 longer.
Man,
I also
That was a good
don't.
fight.
that was that was
Oh,
a
the
good
chase slash fight, yeah. That was really fun.
Nothing against it, but I feel like they could have maybe done like the love interest between Miles and Gwen a little better.
I was waiting for a little kiss to come on.
I could have. That's definitely gonna happen in the
How old
next
is
one.
Gwen? Like how?
She's
because-
older than
I think Gwen's older.
Yeah, because his mom, Miles' mom, was like, "How old is it? Her? How old is she?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me this. Mom looked good for her animation, man.
It's like
I'll say-
the Pixar mom meme. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
I'll
They're like,
she's
what's,
gonna be-
what's Pixar doing over
yeah.
there?
I'll
Yo, they
say
did good detail work for being that type of animation.
I'll say that I felt heavily represented in this film with
Yeah.
the Spanish, just having the Spanish mom,
Boricua.
just throwing little
The
jabs
Puerto
when
Rican
you introduce
culture,
him to
man.
a girl.
Yeah.
When you introduce your girlfriend to your parent, to your mom specifically for
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time.
Hispanic-
Don't take it from me.
a
I'm just
Hispanic
kidding.
mom.
Like yeah, I think they culturally like they really hit like a lot of spots that I felt good about. You know that I was like, haha,
throughout
I
the movie, they
experienced
kept
that.
it like that, which I
Yeah.
like. You know,
Yeah.
we got to think about it. Look at all the Spider-Man, diverse, right?
Yeah, very.
different types, different cultures, different accents. I'm like they did that with the whole story. It wasn't just that.
Yeah.
I've seen that was funny to me. I think
Because
it
we're
was with
all
the
Spider-Man.
the
That's
one,
right.
the one with the I think the student counselor, the older lady.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What's your story, Miles? Oh, you guys struggled." And the father's like, we're not struggling. We're
Yeah.
fine. That scene was so funny. That was a fun scene.
I work a few extra shifts, but like
Yeah.
we're all right.
The Venom Easter egg was funny.
Venom Easter egg.
When
The canon events.
the canon of
Yeah,
it,
when
yeah,
they're
that
going
was-
when they're going and Miles is showing
And
different
the
canon
shop.
events is one that Spider-Man's getting control or he's using the black suit.
Oh,
Yeah, that
I
was
didn't
one of
realize
the-
it.
with the other one too, with actual the Venom, the cashier lady in the store.
Yeah,
That's
she's
from Venom.
When she
And she's just looking at him like
Yeah.
she seems crazy. She
this
sees
is
Venom.
This is a normal
This
Tuesday
is-
for her.
Yeah, yeah.
I
yeah,
was
that's
looking
funny
at her.
because
The
I
photo
was
guy,
like,
Spot.
I was looking at her and I was like, "Where's this from?" I'm like,
Yeah,
is this from Venom?
Spot
I'm
was
like,
going through all the, and he ends up in that universe
Yeah,
with his
yeah,
head
yeah.
poking out,
You
and
seen
she's just like,
the first and second one.
yeah, I saw
Tom
the
Hardy?
first one. I saw the first one.
I think she's in the first one.
she's in both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I saw the first one. Okay, I was wondering too. I'm like, why is
I was like, oh, that's an awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the
cameo,
Easter
yeah.
egg here? Ah, you see, it's things like that where it was just
I
like,
want to
bro,
see Tom Hardy animated.
Yeah, I was hoping that we get a glimpse of his Venom, but you know they kept the shop, the popular
and
shop.
there's enough. They put more than enough
Yeah.
in this movie, but we don't have to wait that long.
Yeah,
We don't have to wait that long for the conclusion of this fantastic story.
what do you think? So, final thoughts on the conclusion of this movie? I think
Final
we've.
rating, right?
It's just so
This is very
Damn.
close.
That movie's gonna be.
I think I could
for
give,
animation.
Wait,
I'm
are you giving it a rating?
I'm giving
I
it
think
a
I could
10
give this
for
a 10 out of 10,
animation,
honestly.
10.
I'm gonna stamp it. It's the first movie on this podcast that's getting a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first film
Coming
that's
from
getting
all
a 10.
three of us,
Yeah.
a 10.
That's a three-way 10 right there. Yeah,
Yeah. That's a special holographic limited edition 10 right there.
10.
yeah,
10, yeah.
that was very
Really
good.
good.
Watch it.
Yeah.
My God, this
Support
movie's
this
so
movie.
good.
Yeah.
Support,
Yeah,
support this movie. Animation is beautiful. It's
the
fantastic.
emotional background behind the whole lore between every character, the dad,
Storytelling was beautiful.
Yeah.
It just what made it special to me are the kid like trying to bond or have some kind of relationship with the dad.
Yes.
It's that emotional output with that. Man,
I
was-
liked it. I liked it because you see, the parent conflict between Miles and his parents,
And
Gwen
Gwen
and
and
her
her
dad,
father,
and then you have I always forget his name, but the guy from New Girl who voices
Oh,
Peter.
yes.
He has the baby, his baby.
But he took the experience with Miles because he said Miles
I
is the
think
reason
in
and
that
why
then he's
he,
trying to be
'cause
like
that family.
a good dad. And you see
Yeah.
that whole scene where he's looking at the baby and he's there. I'm assuming Mary Jane, right? Like,
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
Mary
yeah,
Jane.
yeah, it's Mary Jane. In the
And
comics,
then
I
they have
think
that
Spider Woman, one of the major Spider Woman
It's Mary
characters
Jane's-
is Mary Jane. It's Peter Parker's daughter.
Ah.
So then you have
Yeah.
that whole scene where they're talk, and then he's like, do you think I'm gonna be any good at this? And she's like, you're asking that question
Right
now.
now, yeah.
Like this, you know what I mean? Like it's too late to ask
Yeah.
that. Like you don't have a choice whether you want to be good at this or not. You just have to do it.
And I like that because it just wasn't like, oh, Peter has a kid. That's
Yeah.
it. No,
Yeah.
but he went into the detail
Yeah.
on what pushed him to
This
have a
movie
kid.
was not afraid to tell a lot of stories, and like I said,
It was a very emotional parent
trip
type
ups.
Yeah.
movie.
few trip ups here and there, but man, no, like no one comes close to them from an animated perspective right now.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I think good. I think that we can end with a 10. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and
Go
watch
watch
it.
this.
And watch it again if you can. If you got
Yeah.
the money to keep going back,
IMAX
watch
was
it.
definitely
I would
worth it.
love to watch
Yeah.
that over and over
Watching
again.
it in IMAX was definitely worth it. It's visually appeasing.
And like you said before, I would want to watch this in 3D too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, everyone. Well, that's it for this episode on the podcast. Just tune in for our next episode, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Later.
Thanks for listening to
The Nerd Pod.
Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. While you're there, help us spread the word by leaving a rating and review. We'll talk to you next time on
The Nerd Pod.